Tervetuloa seuraamaan Procemex Cupia. Ja olemme tässä aloittelemassa pikkuhiljaa Procemexin PUBG Duo turnausta, jossa Procemexin nykyiset ja entiset työntekijät ottavat mittaa toisistaan. Tänään on luvassa sen verran tiimejä, että niitä löytyy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eri tiimiä, jossa kahdessa tiimissä on yksi pelaaja, eli meillä tulee olemaan sitten 5 duoa ja 2 sooloa. Ja täällä yritetään sitten tietysti parhaansa mukaan pistää nykyistä ja entistä työkaveria vähän halvalla ja päästä siellä kahvihuoneessa paukuttelemaan sitten henkseleitä. Teille, jotka ette mahdollisesti tiedä pelistä sen tarkemmin, niin kyseessä on tämmöisen nykyään suositun Battle Royale-tyyppisen, eli tämmöisen selviytymispeli Player Unknowns Battlegroundsin turnaus, ja ideana on jäädä viimeisenä tiiminä henkiin. Ja tähän tietysti vaikuttaa myös sen oman taidon ja kaverin taidon lisäksi myös hiukan tuuri, mikä on normaalia tämmöisessä Battle Royale-pelissä. Pelaamme siis duo-moodia, eli tiimin koko on 2, pois lukien näissä kahdessa tiimissä on sitten vain 1 osallistuja, koska ei haluta antaa niille kavereille liikaa voiton eväitä, ovat jo muutenkin vähän liian kovia sinne sitten osallistumaan ehkä kahdestaan. Ja voittajahan saa sitten tämmöisen kanalounaan, tosin vain vertauskuvallisen oikeasti sitten valitettavasti ruokatoimituksia ei kotiin täältä tule. Kaikki pelaajat aloittavat lentokoneesta, heillä ei ole mitään muuta kuin laskuvarjo, ja he hyppäävät sieltä alas ja yrittävät sitten valita semmoisen sijainnin, mistä mahdollisesti löytäisivät itselleen varusteita, kuten suojaliivejä, kypäriä, reppuja, aseita, ammuksia ja granaatteja. Ja sitten tietysti myös lääkintätarvikkeita, joilla pystyy parantamaan itseään. Näillä sitten lähdetään etsimään sieltä ja otetaan sitten kaverista vähän mittaa ja osa pelaa vähän rauhallisemmin turvallisella alueella ja osa sitten vähän aggressiivisemmin ja yrittävät luottaa siihen omaan taitoon ja tuuriin ja päästä kaverista eroon heti alussa. Aseita ne on satunnaisesti sijoitettu erilaisiin paikkoihin rakennuksissa ja sieltä sitten niitä lähdetään etsimään. Sitten se, mikä tästä tekee tietysti sen, että ei täällä pysty istumaan loputtomiin, vaan alue, jossa pelataan, pienenee jatkuvasti, joten kun peli etenee, niin alue pienenee, ja tämä tarkoittaa sitä, että pelaajat joutuvat väkisin siirtymään alueelle. Jotkut ovat tuurista johtuen alueen uudella alueella, heidän ei tarvitse välttämättä liikkua, he puolustavat asemiaan, ja jotkut taas eivät ole enää alueella, joten he joutuvat siirtymään uudelle alueelle, ja täten he joutuvat väkisin liikkumaan ja sitten vähän tämmöiseen hyökkäävämmälle kannalle. Se, mitä tehdään myös tietysti tässä näin, on sitten täältä löytyy erilaisia ajoneuvoja, ja niillä pääsee siirtymään hiukan nopeammin, tai sitten voidaan siirtyä hiukan hiljaisemmin jalkaisin, mutta sitten jos jäädäänkin kiinni avoimella maastolla, niin se on aina vähän vaarallista. Ja sitten tuosta kartasta tulette näkemään, kun peli alkaa semmoisen sinisen alueen, se siitä kun lähtee liikkumaan, niin se sitten kertoo, että nyt pitää lähteä pois tuolta. Sininen alue tekee vahinkoa pelaajille pikkuhiljaa, ja mitä pidemmälle peli etenee, sen kovempaa vahinkoa se tekee nopeammin. Ja se taas tarkoittaa sitä, että tulee olemaan sitten vaikeaa loppupelistä olla poissa sieltä alueelta. Procemex on osallistunut jo 1,5 vuotta kanaliigaan PUBG-pelissä, ja sen takia he haluavat järjestää sitten tämmöinen nykyisten ja entisten pelaajien kesken tämmöisen turnaukseen. Ja tässä pikkuhiljaa lähdetäänkin tonne hyppyä valmistelemaan. Procemexilla on tällä hetkellä 2 joukkuetta kanaliigassa, ja kanaliigahan on siis firmaliiga, eli siinä pitää olla yrityksen työntekijä tai yrityksessä säännöstä tuloa saava henkilö, jotta voit osallistua joukkueeseen. Ja 2 eri sarjatasolla Procemexin tiimi pelaavat tuolla ylemmässä Mastersissa ja sitten tuolla alimmassa kakkosdivarissa. Ja pelataan vapaa-ajalla yhdessä, pidetään hauskaa ja toivomuksena tästä tempauksesta on saada sitten vähän lisää pelaajia tiimiin mukaan. Taidolla ei ole mitään väliä, aina mahtuu mukaan ja aina löytyy peliseuraa ja löytyy myös muita eri pelejä, missä pelata, jos kyseinen peli ei kiinnosta. Täältä löytyy nykyisiä ja ensisiä procemexiläisiä. Sieltä löytyy Herra 47, joka on Heikki Ristaniemi, Sola eli Janne Syvänen, Hitnoman eli Miika Hämäläinen, Sok Game Tsipe eli Simo Laitinen. Sitten löytyy täältä Victory 1983, eli Pekka Laakso. Severinexter, ei Tuomas Laitila. Vaporizer, eli Pyry Rytkönen. Chalfy, eli Jarno Lehtinen. Ja Mr. Muppet, eli Olli Paavola. Lisäksi löytyy myös entisiä prosameksilaisia, eli Sintonise, Petri Karhula, Desha, Hannele Eronen ja Finpara 66, eli Jari Ruotsalainen. Ja tänään eivät päässeet mukaan Bootti, eli Markus Backlund, ja Huhtikiello, eli Markus Westerinen. Ja tässä lähdetään nyt 4 kartan mittaan, ja kohta alkaa ensimmäinen kartta. Katsotaan tuolta, kun löydetään vielä oikeat napit. Pistetään tuolta oikeat napit päälle. Siitä on pieni hetki, kun olen itse ollut aktiivisesti pelaamassa, niin joutuu aina tarkastamaan muutaman asetuksen. Pieni hetki vain. And if there's any English viewers, we are gonna be doing the actual casting in English. Eli varsinainen selostus tulee olemaan englanniksi, koska sain pyynnön, että kun tulee olemaan myös englanninkielisiä katsojia, niin pyydetään englannia, ja tietysti suomea pystyy sitten heittämään siihen väliin, jos tuntuu siltä, että toi Lontoo ei nyt oikein taivu tänään. So we're going to be playing a battle royale game called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and we are going to be doing a battle royale. And the battle royale means basically that we are going to be jumping into the map, and we have here, because the map is huge, it's 8 by 8 kilometers, each square is a kilometer, so nobody wants to go to the south at the moment, because to make it a little bit faster for you viewers and everybody else, we are going to be marking the first circle. So this is the first area, and the area around us is still in play. All this is in play, but it's gonna be shrinking here. So this is the first circle, and it's almost half of it is water. So that's gonna be challenging because it's almost half smaller than it would be if it was here on the land. Now people are jumping off the plane. Mr. Muppet here. Mr. Muppet's real name is, just a moment, he is Olli Paavola. He's gonna be playing alone. He's gonna be jumping here, and then we have other players here. Herra47 is also playing alone. Who is Heikki Ristaniemi, and he's playing alone as well. And then there is other teams are going here, and this is looking like a fight here when Sola and Jintonis are gonna meet Hitnoman and Sokim Zipe. These guys are staying a little bit further away from each other, and we are going to go check out how people are going to be playing the first map. Like I said, this is a battle royale, so the last team alive wins. It doesn't matter if there's one player or if there's 2 alive, you still win if you're the last team alive. Nobody starts with anything but a parachute, so you don't die on your way down from the airplane, and then you have to go finding, like here, Sokim Zipe is finding a machete, a Molotov cocktail, helmet, some bandages, some bullets, and we are going to be looking at how the situation progresses. He's just on the border of the area, and the border will be shrinking. It starts shrinking. You can see on the lower right corner with the map. In about 35 seconds, it's gonna start shrinking. These guys are very close to the border of the area, and then we have here also Sola from the team Master and Apprentice. Sola, who is Janne Syvänen, and his teammate Sintonis, Petri Karhula, who is an ex employee of Procemex. We are going to be also expecting that Severin Extra and Victory are in Peleinä, which is a big city, lots of big buildings, lots of good stuff. So they're gonna be easily getting into the area, as is Herra 47, Mr. 47. These guys, Vaporizer and his teammate, are already approaching, and Mr. Muppet here has taken some stuff, and he has a vehicle, so he can easily get to the area. In normal PUBG, there are in tournaments usually about 80 players in one airplane, so you can assume that there's like in duos there's 40 teams, and in squads, which is a 4-player team, there's usually about 20 teams. So it's a lot more cramped, and there might be lots of fights. And you have to worry about what gear you're gonna pick, because you can only carry 2 main guns, which means like assault rifles or snipers, or designated marksman rifles, like the best gun in the game here on Mr. 47's hands is the SLR, which is a 7.62 millimeter rifle for sharp shooting, and he has a 4 times magnifying scope in it. You also have to worry about getting the right ammo. Not every ammo fits every gun. You have to get armor. Some is better than others. It's easily identifiable, and then each gun is a little bit different. So the characteristics, how easy it is to shoot, which bullet it uses, which attachments can fit in it, and how much damage it does. They all differ. So there's a lot of information in the game, but when you actually get into it, it's going to be pretty easy indeed. So that's not something people need to worry about. Mr. 47 has now finished what we call the looting. So you pick up your things, and then you move on forwards. Everybody is getting to the area, and nobody is still within fighting distance. Vaporizer and Chelsefi have passed the Peleinä area now, and they are in the area. And as you can see, the blue zone is coming over here. So, for example, here we have Finpara 66 and Desha. So that is Jari Ruotsalainen and Hannele Eronen. They're both ex-Procemex employees, and they've taken a buggy and left. The buggy is a 2-seating car, fast, agile, but it provides very bad cover, especially for the one on the back. There's a little seat on top of the engine, and you have to sit out in. The blue zone comes in there. You can see it. It has a little bit of distortion. It does electric damage then to the players who are stuck outside. Beauty and the Beast team, Desha and Finpara. I'm not sure which one is which. I didn't get to ask that before the tournament, but they are here getting ready. Desha has a Scar L, which is a powerful and easy to control rifle, and she also has a Mini 14, which is the most favored gun by pro players in the game. Looks like Finpara also has the Mini, and he has a it's an M416 in this, but it's an HK 416 assault rifle as well. They both use 5.56 millimeter NATO ammunition, which means that they both use the same ammunition, so you don't have to carry 2 sets of different ammunitions with you, which is very handy. There are no fights occurring yet, but the circle is getting smaller and smaller. What you can see here, if I can get to the area here, this is here what we call a drop. So an airplane every now and then flies over the area, and it's gonna drop a crate. Let me see, there I can spot it. It lands, and then there's a little bit of smoke, and in that crate you can find items. In this specific crate you can find level 3 armor and helmet and backpack. Those are usually always there. So that means that these give the best protection and the best damage mitigation within the game. There also has one of the most powerful weapons in the game, the MK14 designated marksman rifle, and a 8 times magnifying scope, which offers very good sight range and is very, very powerful. Looks like Mr. 47 here is gonna take a central position here on the map, and he is going to be trying to find a hill that he can defend and has a good view, perhaps a view on the sea. Now the circle that can't in this occasion land on the ocean at certain point, but it can be so that even from the next circle, a lot is water. You can see the players over here, and then looks like Mr. Muppet is coming from behind Hitnoman and Sokkensipe, and here you can see the white bar underneath the name. This means that Hitnoman has actually taken 50 health damage. You start with 100 health, and if the health goes to 0, you are knocked down on your knees, and your teammate can revive you. It takes 10 seconds, and then you have to heal up. If you are playing alone, you will not get knocked down. You will get eliminated straight off. So for Mr. Muppet and Mr. 47 who are playing alone, it's going to be a bit more rough than the others. Second, I'm going to be opening the other window so I can see if there's anybody to ask. Oh, Mr. 47 is expected to win all the chickens. Otherwise, we have to rethink his position as the head PUBG organizer, and that's possible. Victory 1983 and Severin Extra have landed right next to Hitnoman and Sokkensipe, but they have no idea that these guys are here. They have no idea. These guys, of course, heard the car. They have heard the car. Over here, on the bottom, you can see the gun, which is a PB Bison. You can see the ammunition in the clip and the total ammunition. You can see the scope. You can see that he has a level 2 helmet, level 2 vest, 2 Molotov cocktails, 4 smokes, 4 first aid kits, 5 bandages, and 0 kills at the moment. What you can also see is that there's a yellow bar that slowly is moving to the left. That is what is called a boost, and it offers health regeneration, and it offers a little bit of faster running speed when it's over half full. The new circle has showed up, and he looks like Mr. 47. Mr. 47 there. What's going on over here? Did they spot the other car? They might have spotted the car of Hitnoman and Sokkensipe and shot it. Let's see, where was it? Yes, he shot the tires from the car. That's brutal. No, he was trying to shoot the car tires. There's two cars here. Well, I don't know what he was shooting at, but it wasn't at anybody. Nobody took any damage. There's a new loot drop coming down right here, and that means that we have gear coming next to Hitnoman and Sokkensipe. They may be able to utilize it. Oh, this is a bigger one. It has also painkillers, which offers that boost that I talked about. A ghillie suit, which offers cover, and a groza, which is a very powerful. Oh, and while I'm talking, Mr. 47 here takes down Mr. Muppet from the window. 1 kill to him, and Mr. Muppet is eliminated straight away. Oh, I had no idea that the situation was already moved that far. He is in a building right next to the shore. He has everything around him. Almost everything is very open. And now we have some shots coming here. We have 7 extra firing from the car. The passengers can fire from the car. They crashed. And now, oh, Sola, he's playing with a crossbow, and it sounds like a pistol. Yes, no, it's not a pistol. It's an SMG. Sola is playing with an SMG. Here he is, but he takes a headshot. You can see the little scope icon there. Mr. 47 headshots him, takes down Gintonis, and he is taking heads down. Looks like Inso's request for Mr. 47's win is already looking pretty good, because we're getting scores, of course, from positions. So the number 1 gets 5 points, then the second team gets 3 points, third team gets 2 points, and fourth team gets 1 point, and other teams don't get any points at all. But what also you will get you points if you get one point per kill. So those are very valuable, especially to Mr. 47, who is playing alone. So he has to be up his game. And Vaporizer and Celesifi have surely heard those footsteps. They've surely heard what's going on, and they are going to be pushing Mr. 47 from the hill. He is on the next hill on this line, but are they going to be crossing it? Or are they going to be running? Because if they run across the hill, they are putting themselves in danger. But it's not, you don't hear the footsteps very far away. The other players, Chalafi and Team 6, his team and Vaporizer are behind the bushes. So Mr. 47 has no idea that they're close. He still didn't spot them. Now they spot each other, or they should. Oh, and Vaporizer. Mr. 47 has the SLR in his hand, but it's not that good. I think he was changing guns, and Vaporizer utilizes the possibility or the chance that he's given and takes him down with the MK47 Mutant, one of my favorite assault rifles in the game that everybody else hates for some reason. It is a wonderful gun that has a very, very lovely voice when it's shot. It always gives me some nice vibes shooting that gun. And it's a gun that everybody else hates, so in addition to hate playing with it, they hate dying to it. So that gives me just that little extra. So Mr. 47 took 3 kills before he passed away, and Sola took 2. Mr. Muppet was the first player to fall off, and Victory and Severin Extra didn't get any kills. They were eliminated by Sola. Okay, Sock and Zibe and Hitnoman are doing this slow push to the area. They've noticed that, okay, there's a smoking car, so there's probably some fighting going on. Everybody is basically on the opposite sides, and they are moving a little bit closer to the middle, but they don't have to move that fast. This is the house where Mr. 47 was earlier. Let's take a look at Disha here. She is scouting the houses. She has a 3x scope. It's not great for long range engagements, but the area is getting already quite small, and that means it's also going to be doing a lot of damage. Vaporizer and Victory here, they're in a very good position. They could spot both of these teams advancing in the open. They're behind a little bit of a hill, and there's nobody behind them, so they have a very, very good position. They actually saw Hitnoman. I saw him running on Vaporizer's screen, but he didn't notice. It's always a lot easier when you don't have to concentrate on every grass moving. There's a little bit of wind, so the leaves are blowing and everything like this. So it's always a lot more difficult to spot players on your own screen than on your on the actual game. Here you can see that there's some weapons dropped, like the Car 98 there. So Vaporizer probably took he has an M249 light machine gun, which is one of the most powerful weapons in the game. You can fit 100 bullets, and it just sprays them when you crouch or you lie down. It's very accurate as well. Nothing happening over here at the moment. Finpara and Desha are sitting in this small booth. Finpara is trying to find angles, trying to find any movement, but they are looking a little bit uphill, so there's nothing to be seen. Vaporizer is checking his back, and Jellyfish is checking the other way, checking their backs. But the issue is that there's nobody actually behind them. Everybody is still very much in front of them. So there is not gonna be a lot of peeking happening here so far. But the circle closes in now, and the new circle goes still to Vaporizer and Jellyfish, but just on the side. Hitnoman is also in the area. Sokenzipe is on the back, making cover, but Finpara and Disha have to move, and they are moving already. They don't want to leave it to the last moment. The circle is going to be a little bit faster, and there's an airplane coming. If you could spot it there it is, and it's going to be bringing more loot, more high level gears, level 3 helmet and armor. So the system works like so that there's level 1. It reduces the damage you take for about 10%, level 2 20%, and level 3 35%, something like this. And whenever it gets shot, it also loses durability, so it's not like it's permanent. You can take the armor and the weapons and all the stuff from the players' death boxes, so to speak. So everybody, when they get eliminated, okay, now there's some gunfights. Finpara was spotted by Vaporizer. There we go. Just the head showing. I'm not sure did Finpara notice where the bullets are coming from, because it's Chalefi with the SLR and a silencer. Finpara is very low HP now. You can see the white bar underneath his name. Very low. He's 50. He was 15 health, but he uses a first aid kit which heals you all the way up to 75 points of health. That's the maximum you can heal yourself with first aid kits or bandages. You need boost, like he's drinking here, the energy drink, to heal the rest. Or if you have a med kit, you can use that to heal yourself up completely, but they are rare and take a lot of space in your inventory. He does have level 3 armor, but only level 2 helmet, and it's now red, which means it's lost a lot of durability, and it can probably take only one more hit or so. Very slow engagement. These teams are clearly a little bit more passive than the teams that were already passed away. So we are looking at a little bit of a stalemate here. Everybody is still a little bit far away. Zokensibe is so far away that he does have a 6x scope, so he does have advantage to some players, but he is not looking at the right direction. He's not looking where the players are when they move on the hill side of the hill. Vaporizer, there now he spots Chalefi, so they know now where they are. And Hitnoman here has a SLR, but also has a Tommy gun, which is an SMG, and you cannot fit a scope to it. It doesn't do high damage. It doesn't have a specifically high fire rate, so it's a good gun in the beginning of the game if you can get it, but at the end of the game, it's not a very, very powerful gun. Okay, we have some lag over there. Looks like Finpara might have crashed or something. He's not moving at all. Just walking still. If his game has crashed, now he stopped moving, so I think his game crashed and he's gonna be reconnecting, but that's gonna be fine. It doesn't really matter. He can still get back in the game if he's still alive. Disha is slowly but carefully moving towards the circle, not giving an opening. She's staying behind the hill ridge line. So as you can see from here, there's no line of sight to her. Now Finpara is moving again. That's good. It's always nasty when you lose because you crashed or something like this. Smoke 'em all team has also moved to the hill, but they were now probably spotted by Vaporizer, who is shooting at them. They have a pretty decent spot here, but they are on the absolute edge, so if the circle goes far away from them, they have to move, and there you can see Zalchifi and Vaporizer have a upper edge. Zokensibe takes a nice shot, 559 damage done to him by Vaporizer. And there's a crate drop coming right here in the middle. On the top you can see the circle. Finpara and Disha are moving on the edge of the circle, so they're making sure that nobody is coming behind them. But what they do not know, that from the right side, Hitnoman and Zokensibe actually have a very good angle to them if they just get on the ridge line, and these guys, they don't have any cover really except that ridge line that is not towards the side. If Finpara now decides to go for that helmet, he is in a lot of trouble and he will not make it, I'm pretty sure, because it's between these teams on a hill. It's very easy to drop him. There's some smoke grenades being thrown by Hitnoman and Zokensibe, so they're looking for new positions here. These rocks will give them a little bit of cover from Finpara and Disha if they decide to move here, because these two teams know where they are, where the other team is, but nobody has idea. Well, actually, the Vaporizer and these guys saw Finpara and Disha, but that was a long time ago. I don't think that they've seen them in a while, and they're not sure where did they go. The circle goes to Disha and Finpara, 66, so we'll be looking at how this will play out. Very slow and careful progress here. Now we see a smoke grenade thrown by Zoc and Zipe. They're going to be throwing that, and it gives them cover. It lasts for about 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so, and it gives them cover to move so that the enemy team cannot see them. Of course, you can still shoot through the smoke, so it only gives you cover. It doesn't give you anything else than that. But Chelsea has spotted the guys. 33 damage there. Hit No Man is down, and now Vaporizer is pushing. He knows one of them is down. He knows where he's. If he has a grenade. That's not the one you want to throw. That's the grenade you want to throw. There you go. Hit No Man is up. So Kenzibe has helped him up. They have to heal now, but they are in a tight spot. But Vaporizer didn't manage to utilize the advantage. Now Kenzibe is taking heavy damage from Chelsea. He goes down and gets flushed by Vaporizer. When somebody shoots a player who's knocked down, it's called flushing. So basically you take them out and you don't allow a teammate to come and save them. Vaporizer with the mutant takes Hit No Man down, and Smoke 'em All team is no more. Young and Reckless is now at least top 2 and has 3 kills to the name. Finpara has now opened fire as well, I think. Yep, here we go. 4x scope. They know where the enemy is. But the problem is that the enemy has a box with level 3 armor available. And they don't have an angle. The crate is bulletproof. You cannot shoot through it. You cannot do any damage to it. You can throw a nade behind it and damage the enemy, but that's the only thing you can really do. So we are going to be looking at a stalemate again. But phase 7 has now ended, and phase 8 starts in 50 seconds. And when that hits, you're going to be toast if you get outside the circle. And both these teams are still outside, but Vaporizer and Finpara, Vaporizer and Chelsea, I'm sorry, are going to be closer to it. And Disha falls to Vaporizer, takes down another player, 3 kills to him. And now he also spots Finpara's legs, but doesn't land the shot. Oh, 44 damage done. Oh, of course, and different areas in your body take. And Chelsea finishes did 94 damage, and his teammate comes and takes the last 6 damage. And Young and Reckless, Vaporizer and Chelsea take the first victory here with 5 kills to their name, and that means 10 points to them. Disha and Finpara 66. Second place, no kills. That means 3 points. Hit No Man, Zokenzipe. Third place, no kills. That means 2 points for them. And Mr. 47, fourth place, 3 kills. That means 4 points for him. Sola takes 2 points for kills. 7 extra victory in 1983. No kills, no points. And Mr. Muppet, no kills, no points. Oh, this was the beginning was when the actual action started to happen. It was very interesting, but then we got a little bit slow. Then we needed to wait a little bit. But now the end was very dominant performance from these two. They also took Mr. 47 down, who was the previous kill leader there. So in a way, it's justified that they also take the win. We are playing 4 maps today, and this was the first. We're going to be playing 4 different maps, so each one has a little bit different landscape, a little bit different strategies that would work, and we are going to be also showing some videos for Procemex, and then we are going to be going to the next map. But I'm going to put a video rolling, take a little break, and then we'll be back with some interviews. I'll be talking to you soon in just a moment.
Procemex, your eyes in the production. You have an efficient production line, but underneath, you know you could do even better. The road to better results begins with identifying the root causes behind insufficient performance. Procemex has led the machine vision business in pulp, paper, and printing since 2000. Our machine vision solutions solve runnability problems and increase quality and productivity. Procemex's organization includes paper mill and printing house specialists. We have strong paper-making know-how to advance your operation. Procemex is a 100% vision company. We focus on machine vision. Actually, we don't do anything else. We deliver only professional quality, and we develop, engineer, and manufacture the cameras to meet the high demands of your quality. That's why we can guarantee superior performance with resolution and light sensitivity, also in demanding circumstances. The cornerstone of our operations is close partnership with our customers. We are dedicated to delivering functional solutions and practical on-site service. We are proud of our customers all over the world. However, you may ask, what do you get from this? What are the main advantages of smart camera systems? With our web monitoring system, you can see clearly what is happening in your production process, also in demanding circumstances. With our web inspection system, you can identify and understand the root causes of possible paper defects, web breaks, or downtime. Compared to our competitors' products, Procemex systems are integrated. We offer intelligent solutions that truly communicate with each other. One more advantage, their uncomplicated functionality creates extreme reliability. Our systems are easy to handle and maintain. They provide a very practical tool for finding out the root causes between web breaks. It's typical that our customers in both the paper and printing industries launch the use of our solutions on a small scale and then rapidly expand our partnership with additional web inspection and web monitoring solutions. Upgrading is easy, and payback usually comes in just a few days or weeks.
From the very first day, we were getting results. We were seeing defects from the system. They were saying that they were going from like 5 or 10 breaks a day down to like 1 now. That's a massive. You save masses of paper and time. In the last couple of months, we've been ramping up the production, and we would not have been able to do that if we didn't have an efficient web inspection system. So, I would say that the way that Procemex handles their projects is very, very professional.
Give wings to your production process. Procemex, great vision for great machines.
Mikrofoni ja chatti auki. No niin. Voittajatiimi eli mitäs nyt ääntäs? Jalisifi ja Vaporizer. Mites kommentoitte tätä teidän suoritusta tässä äskeisessä erässä? Siinä oli aika hidas toi pari loppuympyrää, mutta erittäin dominoima performanssi. Sieltä ajoitte herran, joka oli ottanut 3 häkkiä, niin se pistettiin mutantilla, nöyryytettiin ensin sinne niin, ja sitten muut tiimit niin yksi kerrallaan vaan niin kuin ajettiin maan rakoon, että vahva suoritus.
Joo, se melkein siitä, kun herra saatiin alas, niin sitä oikein aukesi peli suorastaan sitten, että sitten tuli tilaisuuksia ihan sopivasti ja alueet oli ihan kohdallaan meille sinne.
Joo, sehän on tämän Battle Royale henki vähän, että ei sitä pelkällä taidolla aina pärjää, tarvii myös vähän tuuria olla mukana kanssa, ja teillähän sitten tuossa ihan kohtalaisesti se alue tuli, että ei tarvinnut sieltä kukkulalta juosta avoimelle ennen kuin ihan lopussa sitten vasta.
Joo, kyllä se niin, että mitenkä tuuri justiinsa kävi, niin tuli semmoinen hetki, että oho, täällä metsässä on mies, herra, ja siitä se napsaa.
Joo, toitte todella lähellä ennen kuin kumpikaan huomasi, ja itse kun katsoin tietysti spekkinäkymästä toisen silmien kautta, niin näin selvästi siellä toisen, mutta se on ihan eri asia olla itse pelissä mukana kuin mitä sitten olla pelaamassa, kun siinä joutuu niin paljon kovempaa keskittymään moneen asiaan yhtä aikaa.
Niin jo.
Ja nyt sitten teillä siitä aika vahva suoritus, oliko te nyt 10 pistettä taisi tulla tuosta ensimmäisestä, eli 5 sijoituksesta ja 5 sitten noista tapoista, ja nyt sitten lähdetään tuohon seuraavaan rundiin, ja teillä on tietysti ennakkosuosikin paineet siinä sitten, että muut tiimit on siellä, herra taitaa olla itse asiassa toisena 4 pisteellä, niin varmasti lähtee jahtaamaan teitä aika kovaa, niin mikä on teidän strategia pysyä kärjessä?
Edelleen pysytään käynnissä samalla tavalla kuin viimeinen erä ja ei anneta menestyksen nousta
Hyvä. Eipä tässä sen kummempia. Lähdetään pidemmittä puhetta seuraavaa erää kohti ja toivotan teille onnea ja menestystä seuraavaan.
Yes, kiitos.
Kiitoksia. No niin. All right. So for our English viewers, we have had there the winning team, and they said that they had like a real good opening when they nailed Mr. 47 there, and then they had a great position where they could stay in the circle. They didn't have to move much, and they had good view on the enemy teams. They spotted both of them, and of course, like I talked about earlier, luck also plays a crucial role. So you cannot rely on just your skills. You have to also have some luck with you. But we are getting ready to go to the second map, and getting ready to shoot some heads and see who gets the next one. Get to the next one. And the map is going to be going in just a little bit, and we are going to see how that goes. We are going to Miramar. The previous map was Erangel. That was the first map to come in the game. It's a normal warm temperature farm side with a little bit of hills and rivers. And the next one is Miramar, which is more of a desert. So it's lots of rocks and sand and a lot more open. So there's a lot less cover to be had, and that can play a very, very important role when you're trying to find a perfect place to land. And we go to the next map. Let's see if Celicifi and Vaporizer can hold their lead. They have a 6-point lead to Mr. 47 at the moment, or if Mr. 47 will be chasing them. Of course, other teams, Mr. Muppet surely not happy with the performance. He's a very experienced PUBG player. I think he plays on the highest level team in Procemex, so he was surely not happy getting double tapped right in the beginning as the first player, Mr. 47. And also Mr. 47 probably was not very happy that he was surprised with the wrong gun in his hand in a distance that's not favorable. He was trying to switch weapons, but then it ended there. So we are going to Miramar, and here we are in the lovely temperature of Miramar. As you can see, we have palm trees, we have lots of stony hills, a little desert, and this is the southern island. Here is a lot smaller. There's also a few other islands here, but these are very rare because it's hard to get out of them, and there's not that much stuff. But this is also a huge map, a lot less water than in Erangel, and this is an 8 kilometers times 8 kilometers map. So we are talking about a lot of surface to cover. And in about a minute, we're going to be going into the action, and the airplane route starts. The airplane comes from off the map, and from this point on, you can jump, and until here, when the airplane ejects everybody. There's a fence going around the map, so you cannot run outside the map, or you cannot go to these hills here at all. So it's a little bit limiting, similar to the water area. But you can still go to the water. There are boats and water jet skis here. so you can still move in the water areas. You can make water routes usable for you, but it is very dangerous as you're a lot in the open, and there's not a lot of safe places to go. When the circle pops up, we'll know where the action will be concentrated. And in the meantime, of course, I recommend everybody to come and check us out at kanaliiga.fi. We are a Finnish corporate league for companies and registered associations that have people working for them. We also reserve golden tickets for special participation. So if you're interested, give us a ring, and we'll see if you can come in and participate. If you're, for example, tied to esports, or if some other reason you see that you should be part of our league and some tournaments. We have lots of games: CS:GO, PUBG. We're checking out if Valorant will be available. We have Dota. The Rocket League tournaments going on at the moment. And here we have Mr. Muppet going up. The circle goes to the north. Campo Militar here, one of the most high-level loot areas. Lots of military gear. I forgot to mention one thing. In most of these maps, the level 3 armor, the helmet and the bullet vest, are not available in the nature, so to speak. So you have to find them in those loot boxes. Mr. Muppet takes the same approach as last time. He jumps far away and finds a little compound here. And I think that it was either him, or I think it was Sola actually, who's playing a challenge that he's going to be playing with a crossbow. And he did take down one of the players. I think he took down Victory with a crossbow last time. This weapon that Mr. Muppet is holding is called the Winchester. It is a Winchester swivel lock action rifle. And he's going to be using that because it also has a scope out of the box, so it's very easy to use. Doesn't need a lot of parts, does a lot of damage, and fires pretty fast. Mr. Muppet now switched that Winchester to this car rifle, which is one of the best snipers in the game, and now he switched that to a crossbow because he's playing with that as a challenge. He also has a special shotgun that's not normally available in the game. It's a double barrel pump action shotgun. Very powerful close by, but rubbish otherwise. Mr. 47 also alone. He's now in this little farm region here. Has a Scar L and a Mini. So what we would call a pro player combination. He might take the M416 later, but we'll see. It does a little bit more damage, but it's a little bit harder to control and you need stock for it. But he just picked it up earlier. He's now looking for boost items, more ammunition maybe. Yes, there we go. Hand grenades and attachments to weapons. So you can fit in different handles, different scopes, different muzzle attachments, and bigger magazines to most guns. Otherwise, the situation looks, again, pretty isolated. The team that won last time, Philosophy and Vaporizer, are here in the Campo Militar, which is on the edge, and but it is a very high loot area, so they can pretty much take whatever they want. They have guns are freely available for them. Oh, he took a shotgun. That's gonna be dirty. That gun does so much damage, very close by. If you hit. The shotguns are also a hip action gun, so what I mean by that is that you don't really have to aim close by. You can just fire away, and it's easy to land the shots, as when with other guns it's a little bit harder to hit shots without actually aiming. The circle is across. It's about 3 kilometers across, so there will be a little bit of a quiet period here. The Shah and Finpara 66 are in this little area here. The Shah has a AK-47 and a mini. So she needs two different types of bullets, the 7.62 and the 5.56 millimeter. And the bigger the ammunition is, like the 7.62, 30 of those take more space in your backpack than 30 of 5.56 ammunition. And there's also lots of other things like bullet drop, so the shooting mechanisms in this game are quite realistic. But other parts, of course, are a bit less. But in a way, it's not a very arcade game like you would play if you would play games like Overwatch, where you have abilities on your characters, you can fly, and you might be a huge gorilla. So this is not one of those games. Fimparandasha looting here. Still pretty quiet. I think that the first encounter might actually be when Mr. Muppet, if he goes to Crudeville, but he's looting this little compound here with the pool tables. I think it might be a restaurant or a bar. So he's gone for Frosty in this heat. Totally understandable. Has a Scar L and a crossbow. He just picked up a thumb grip, which allows him to raise his gun a little faster and makes the recoil control, which means that when you shoot the gun, the barrel tries to go up and a little bit sideways. So he got some parts to make that a little bit easier. Different grips do different things, and they have different purposes. So if you're interested in a game, you should definitely ask somebody who knows the game a little bit to guide you, because if you don't know what you're doing, it might be a little bit hard to get into the game. But if you get some tips and hints, you gotta concentrate on the essentials and you get better a lot faster. Mr. 47 here showing his driving skills, not caring about anybody else's property. Then again, it looks abandoned. Goes to the church, maybe to ask for forgiveness for breaking the fence. Nope. He's just stealing other people's medications. That's okay in this game because nobody actually owns the stuff. You're thrown in an island, you need to do stuff. He picks up a muzzle attachment for the gun, which is an AUG. It's the best assault rifle in the game, the easiest to control, and a very fast fire speed and high damage. So in like some games, like I play a game called Tarkov, which is a very realistic game, but it's not competitive, so it's really hard to make it into a team game. So there, the bullet decides what damage you do, but here the gun decides what damage you do. And these two guns, the mini does the least damage of the DMR class weapons, but the AUG does, I think, that almost the most damage. And Mr. Muppet has moved on this hill, but he's gonna be pushing straight to Mr. 47, almost straight to Mr. 47. Mr. 47 surely hears this. Yep, hears that. Might have even seen a glimpse of the bike. Hears it, yep. But doesn't want to take a shot too soon to give away his position because he is playing alone. There is no backup. Doesn't hear the bike anymore, so he turns away. Doesn't want to go into the open. Sola and Gintoninis are very close to Mr. Muppet. He's on a motorcycle, which is very agile, very fast, and they are on a Mirado, which is also very fast, but anything else but than agile, and also quite weak. You can blow it up with a one clip from an AK-47. So yeah, and the vehicles, you can destroy the vehicles. So if you shoot at somebody's vehicle when they're driving, you might make it explode, and then they are gone as well. He has a crossbow, a Winchester. Sola has a crossbow, a Winchester, and a revolver. Interesting. They did. I think I was given information beforehand that he's playing some sort of challenge. Gintonis here is playing with an UMP SMG and a double barrel shotgun. Here we go. Mr. 47 is hearing a lot of moves. Mr. Muppet went past, now Severin Extra going past, and Celshifi and Vaporizer are pushing right by as well. So everybody's going past him. He's taking some shots, hitting them, trying to take revenge. Hit both of them. Oh, They hit Mr. Muppet on the bike. But unrealistically in this game, of course, in a way, they're also on a bike, so they're easy prey because there's no cover basically. Mr. Muppet honks at them like road hogs. Get out of my road. Vaporizer trying to nail some shots. Mr. 47 would have very much liked to take them down, but that is not possible. Mr. Muppet circling around, trying to find an angle, or maybe no, he's gonna be backing off. He's gonna be pushing straight to Mr. 47. Goes on the hill. Does a backflip. 7 extra takes down Sola here. With again, he has the Tommy gun. Sola was playing with the crossbow, and Sola and Gintonis took down Victory and 7 extra last time. So now, sweet revenge. And the coffee room talk can begin. Where has Sola crawled? You can crawl when you're down, but that's the only thing you can do. And you can drop your stuff from your inventory, but you cannot use any. You can't even throw grenades or anything. So, and of course you cannot heal yourself. 7 extra taking 1 kill for the team. Mr. Muppet has come here to fight with Vaporizer and Jealousy. He has a scar and a crossbow, but he's taking damage from Mr. 47, who wants to take him down again. But Mr. Muppet this time not going for it. Oh, I'm not sure did I mention, but I'm afraid of heights and those things. I can feel that in my stomach. It's not that the game is like ultra realistic or anything, but it's realistic enough. Oh, that's a nice backflip. Showing off there. When I do that, I almost land on my face, which is of course the hardest part of me, but still not bulletproof. Desha and Fimpara also, their car is toast. You can see the red bar underneath the fuel tank. It's very much toast. A few shots would have finished the car. Mr. 47 trying to take shots, hitting the shot there on the way. She's going to trying to find some cover behind the shack. Fimpara is already there. Mr. 47 has level 3 gear. Takes damage from Fimpara. He's now, one more shot would have done it. I think he might have hit No Man running towards him in the north. Healing up, using a med kit, healing up fully and taking some boost. It's important to keep the boost up, so if you take some hits, you don't have to use your health items. You can heal passively. Sakensipe there waiting. Taking a headshot. Taking another headshot, Mr. 47. That's when you're in a car. If you're in the open, never ever stop moving. If you stop moving in this game, somebody is gonna hit you in the head, and it's over. Sakensipe out in the open. In the meantime, Jealousy and Vaporizer have come here. They're fighting with Victory and 7 extra. Jealousy manages to heal. 7 extra there close by, but 7 extra does the work. And Mr. 47 takes down Sakensipe and hit No Man in the background. Jealousy falls. Vaporizer there to trade. Takes down 7 extra. Tries to take down Victory. Tries to take down 7 extra, but doesn't manage to land this last shot. Has a nade. It's a very good nade. Goes right where it should. But 7 extra is already down. If he didn't take him down, Victory might have waited, tried to heal, and might have gone down as well. So those last bullets were a little bit of a mistake on his part. But he managed to stay alive. Mr. Muppet here in the back lines, waiting to shoot somebody in the neck. But Jinton is here alone. Sola did fall to Victory. Victory and 7 extra before. Mr. 47 again, 2 kills. You can see the situation here. Mr. 47, 2 kills. Vaporizer, 1 kill. Also, 7 extra has 1 kill. But now, Mr. Muppet here with a crossbow takes a headshot to Vaporizer and finishes him off. I'm very sorry to Mr. Muppet that I didn't get to see that shot. It probably was beautiful. We can perhaps check a demo later and see how that went. Those crossbow shots in the wild games, in like public games or in the competitive matches are non-existent, except with the highest level of players, because the gun is very slow at firing, but then again it's completely silent, so you cannot hear unless the shooter is very close by. You have no idea where the shots are coming from. Mr. Muppet, in the Mr. USA team, is going for the loot box, which is going to be landing right outside the zone. but the zone is not moving yet, so he has good time. And if you go too close to that and it's not landed properly, you might die to it. That box had an AUG and a level 3 gear, so that's what he gladly will take. And now back to the area with him. Mr. 47 running out in the open here. He doesn't have a vehicle. There's a car right next to him, but it's in such a bad shape that a few bullets will end that car, and he doesn't want to take it. He has good time. It's over 2 minutes before the next circle hits. So it's good time to make it to the next zone, even though the zone is moving, so it takes about... though it's not moving yet, but it is moving. It is moving. The zone is moving. As you can see, it's moving faster here where the distance is longer. So the zone will hit circle at the same time from each side. So the further you are from it, from here, for example, it moves the fastest. But here it moves very, very slowly. So that's also a tactic that you should use. Fimpara and Desha going past Gintonis, who is hiding in the shack. Mr. 47 in the meantime takes down Victory, who was running there in the open. You can see him there lying down in the open. There he is. How you doing, buddy? Look at his facial expression. Let's take a look. That might be priceless. It's just like, well, damn. He had level 3 armor and everything, but Mr. 47 from the hill spots him moving out in the open and hits him in the face. And now we have an interesting situation. Chintonis goes, while I say that, Mr. Muppet there from across the view there in the front takes down Finpara, and the Shah has no idea where Mr. Muppet is. No idea. No idea whatsoever. Oh, what am I doing? Thank you, Windows. Mr. Muppet goes very close and takes them down with the AUG. He used a crossbow to take down Finpara, so there was no sound at all. So then he manages to sneak close by, and with the silenced AUG takes down the Shah, who's trying to pinpoint where the shots came from. But they were in a little bit of a ditch, and he was on the hillside here, so he had a good view, and the Shah was here behind this ridge line, so there was no view on Mr. Muppet, who then uses that ridge line to move into position. Now it's 3 players alive. Mr. 47 and Mr. Muppet both 3 kills. Gintonis no kills at the moment. So the winner is still open. Mr. Muppet had 0 points from the first round. Mr. 47 had 4 points, 1 from position and or positioning, and then 3 from kills. Now it's a race. Gintonis already earned at least 2 points for their team. They got 2 points last round by getting 2 kills. But let's see if this round will end a little bit faster than the previous one. We'll see. It's going to be exciting. The players themselves cannot use the third-person view that I'm using here. So they are limited to the first-person view. You can play this game in a third-person view as well, but it's not the competitive way. The competitive games are nearly exclusively played in the first place, and except in Asia. Mr. Muppet now picked up a Mini 14 from his kills there, and he could have spotted Mr. 47, but what I do know is that Mr. 47 might have spotted him too. He has a better scope, has the same guns, but a better scope. So it is plausible. It is plausible that he might be doing a winning move here. But Mr. 47 now, is he going for the car? No, he's going for the side rotate. But the bad thing is that there's very little cover here. And Mr. Muppet is, if he goes to peek on the side, he will spot Mr. 47 rotating, because there's nobody on that side. So he doesn't know that, of course. He has no idea where the last 2 players are. But he has an idea of where they can't be. So they can't be on the other side, basically, because he wouldn't notice them. He's just trying to draw them out, but he did manage to draw them out by getting Mr. 47 to shoot him in the back a few times. Mr. Muppet taking some damage there, but he manages to escape. He has some heals, two medkits, so he can heal full up easy. He's already in full health. He has some boost. He took a few shots to the helmet. His helmet is a bit damaged. It's not a level 3 helmet, so headshots are very efficient at the moment. And the area goes about halfway. Mr. 47, a very good angle on this higher hill here. But Mr. Muppet is on the downhill side, and Jinton is here, just chilling. Here's the shots Mr. Muppet takes. Does manage to land a little bit damage to Mr. 47, but he's also pretty sure that Jintonis might be there in the lower side, but he's not sure. And the players don't see each other's names. They don't see who's still here. Mr. Muppet and Mr. 47 both very experienced players, so they probably were following the kill feed. It's easy to do. You can see who kills who, and they know who's still alive, more or less. So, and they also know probably Jintonis' tactics that might be on the lines of hide and don't seek. It appears he's slowly moving up, so he's now in the circle, as little in the field as possible. He has an ump with a side attached scope. Mr. Muppet going here to get a new armor and a new helmet, and also gets the AWM sniper rifle, which is the most powerful weapon in the game. You can easily one-shot a person with that in the head, no matter what the helmet they're wearing. But it also comes with limited ammo, only 20, and you can only find those ammo in those boxes. So it uses special .308 ammo. Mr. 47 there spots Mr. Muppet, but doesn't land the shot. Mr. Muppet doing careful peeks, taking some damage earlier. I don't think he has any boost, so he has to be careful when taking shots. Mr. 47 was repositioning, but because he's doing it, no, he has boost. He's now taking it. He's doing the repositioning behind the ridge line here, so Mr. Muppet has no way of knowing where he's going. Mr. 47 has the whole ridge line here to move, so it's lots of space to move. If the circle doesn't go, Mr. Muppet is then again in the absolute center position, so he's very sure to be in the next circle, while Mr. 47 can't be sure if he's going to be in the next circle or not. Jinton is waiting here behind the rock. If he surprises Mr. Muppet very badly, Mr. 47 can utilize that, and they're both in the circle. Jinton is not, so has to move in about 40 seconds. Mr. Muppet taking some shots again with the AWM. Misses barely. Mr. 47 doesn't miss. The Mini is a semi-automatic gun with a bigger clip, while the AWM... Now Jinton is opening fire from behind. Manages to line a few shots to Mr. Muppet. Then Mr. 47 manages to line a few more, and he takes him down. Oh, Mr. Muppet, it is not your day. He did manage to land 3 kills earlier, and he did get 3rd place. By Jinton by shooting him in the back, Mr. Muppet runs away, well, because he's healing, and runs straight to the scope of Mr. 47, who now has 4 kills and at least the 2nd position. So he's at least secured 7 points this round. And since Vaporizer has 1 kill, and I believe that his teammate doesn't have any kills. Oh, straight in the face. He got flashbang. Jinton is all flashbang. You can see him holding his arm up. And Mr. 47 taking 5 kills and the 1st place. So the same amount of points than the other team was Vaporizer, and Jinton took last round. So they end up 6th. So they take 1 point only. Hitnoman, Sokenzibe, 0 points. Severin Extra, 2 points. Deshaw and Finpara, 1 point from positioning. Mr. Muppet, 5 points, 2 from positioning, 3 from kills. Sola and Jintonis, 3 points from precision. For precision, they're up to 5 points, and Mr. 47, 10 points. and he goes to the lead. This was fun. We are going to go on a little commercial break again, and then we are going to go back with the interviews of Mr. 47, and let's see what else we can come up with.
Hi, I am Petri Karhula from Procemex. I work as a product manager for machine vision applications. During the next few minutes, I shall talk about 3 machine vision applications in greater detail. Machine vision applications in pulp, paper and printing are very useful in improving your process safety, your product quality and process yield. The first application that I shall talk about is the pulp bale or a transportation unit wire twist analysis application. The wire twist application is required to make sure that the pulp bales or transportation units are safely bound together. One camera and one light will look at the pulp bale or transportation unit from the bottom where the wire twists are located. The imaging will be done as the pulp bale or transportation unit is moving on the conveyor system. The camera will automatically recognize when the wire twist is in correct position, and it will analyze all of those wire twists that are visible to the camera. If all of the twists are not visible, then the camera will analyze only those twists that are visible, and it will give, as a result, the number of seen wire twists and the number of good wire twists. Additionally, the camera can give an output when it sees wire twists that are not in spec. And next I shall talk about roll header presence application. When the roll enters the wrapping line, first thing that is positioned in the paper rolls are the inner headers. Sometimes the header grabbers cannot grab the header properly and it will fall off, or the header drops off the grabber for various reasons. That is why we have created this application where cameras are looking at both sides of the paper roll, and they analyze the presence of the inner header on both sides. If the header is missing on either side, then the system will give an alarm as an output, and that will prevent the roll wrapping from going any further before the inner header is properly placed in the roll. The final application that I shall talk about is the roll roundness measurement. 1 or 2 cameras will be used to evaluate the roll roundness from both sides of the roll. The cameras will evaluate the circumference of the roll, and they will recognize the longest and shortest diameters of the roll. These values will be divided so that 1 means perfectly round roll, and any value below 1 means that the roll is out of round. This value can be used to evaluate whether the rolls can be sent to a customer or whether they need to be discarded. The value can also be used to control your rolling process and improve the roundness of the rolls. Other applications include pulp bale wire removal control, which is used to make sure that once the pulp bale has gone through dewiring equipment, no pieces of metal wire are left on the pulp bale, and this will prevent the screens from getting damaged or metal from entering the final product. And also tissue perforation control, where our cameras control the perforation line on tissue products to make sure that your tissue perforation blades are in good working order and all of the perforations are perfect. And also pulp bale batch number identification, which is used to identify the batch number and the manufacturer of that particular pulp bale, and these numbers can be automatically sent to a manufacturing system. Thank you for watching the video. For more information on these applications and multiple others, please visit the link below or contact your local sales representative.
auki vielä mikrofoni. No niin, täällä on meillä herra 47, Mr. 47. Ja onnea erävoitosta, oli erittäin vakuuttava suoritus. Siinä tuli 5 häkkiä ja 5 pistettä sitten lisäksi vielä sijoituksesta ja kirkkaasti kärkeen.
Jossain vaiheessa, kun ei mennä että ei osu kenenkään, ja sitten tuli hirveätä taistelua siinä sitten muutaman kanssa, ja sitten rupesi vähän epäilyttää itsensä, että mit osuuko tässä näin. Niin. So yeah, I had a like interesting start of the game. So I was going to shoot a few guys that was like really easy, but somehow I just I couldn't hit the targets. And some just miracle way, go ahead.
Yeah, basically everybody went past you. Everybody rotated right next to you. Everybody was using your compound where you were looting and hiding. Everybody was using that as basically their route. I think one team wasn't there, but everybody else was very close by.
Yeah, I heard the cars, and I was like, "Oh, do I shoot? But they're like too far to reach from like what I had in M4, and basically in Mini, if I shoot. It's only one guy shooting 2 guys, so it's like I really need to hit the targets, to do some damage and get like the upper hand on that one. So, yeah.
Yeah, you are now 3 points in the lead from the next team, who is Young and the Reckless, who won the first map, and they took you down in it in a very close quarter combat. But and you were shooting at them when they were passing you with a bike. But do you think you can hold the lead? I think are we going to Sandhawk next?
Yeah, Sandhawk.
Yes, so we're going to Sandhawk next, and everybody knows that in Sandhawk things happen. So, do you think you can maintain your lead?
I try. It's going to be really hard because Sandhawk is really it's hard map. It's a lot of high grass, a lot of trees, everything. So you have to be all time like watching your back, everything. Try to hear what's going on life and. Yeah, everywhere. So
yeah,
I try to get few knocks, a few like eliminates, to get few points to like keep it here. But the Young and Reckless team, Vapo and Classic, that they are really good. So I need to win the next one so I can be really like smooth ride on the last one.
Yeah. One more question. In the end, you had a very tight battle with Mr. Muppet, who's also playing a solo, and he had the AWM, and it was very close. That if he even hit you once in the head, it would have been over. But then, out of nowhere, comes Cintoni's I can't pronounce that.
Cintonic Ice.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you. That was bugging me. So he comes out of nowhere and shoots Mr. Muppet in the butt with the EMP, and he has to reposition straight in your line of sight, and you nail him down. So, what was going through when that happened? How was it? How was that situation?
Well, yeah. Well, first I saw that he was playing with the crossbow, and then out of nowhere. When I heard that he shoot and missed me with the AWM, I was like, oh no, this is going to be really, really hard because I know Mr. Mobby is really good player. He basically hits his target. The thing is that he's playing now from USA, so there's a little bit ping. So I have an advance on that part, but Cintonic Eyes pretty much gave me the game. So when I heard that they were starting to shoot, I immediately was like, okay, I need to push now because he might be on he might have to look another cover. So Cintonic saved me pretty much.
Yeah. I heard that Mr. Muppet plays from the US, and you know how that's like. So it's not specifically a delicious situation, especially when you're doing those peak battles where you have to do a fast movement and then try to hit your shot. Hey, thank you very much. I wish you luck to the next map, and let's see if you can maintain your lead. or if the team number 6, the Young and the Reckless, will be making their ground, or if Mr. USA, Mr. Muppet, manages to do some decisive movements.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how that goes. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. 47, and we are going to go back to the map. And as he said, Mr. Muppet is playing from the US, and the servers are in the EU, so that means that he has a ping of about 150, while Mr. 47 has a ping about 30. So that is over 1/10 of a second that the other player has to take into notice when playing. Now, it makes him a little bit harder to hit, but it also makes him hitting, especially with a gun that shoots one shot and then you have to reload. It makes it a lot harder to hit. And we'll see how that goes for Mr. Muppet on the next map, which is Sunhawk. And as you can see here, Sunhawk is a lot smaller map. Still, 1 square is 1 kilometer, so this map is 1/4 of the size of the previous map. So the action is going to be much faster packed. Of course, we don't have many teams, and there's so many hills. As you can see here, the landscape is very, very. It's covered with hills. It's covered in a forest. This is like a tropical island hotel with ruins, a few villages, a few military camps, a boot camp, and then the Paradise Resort, of course, and then the rice fields of Mong Nai and Tambang. So and the docks. But we'll see where the airplane route is on mostly over the main island. We'll see if anybody dares to go on this little island here, because if the circle ends here and you go here, you have a huge advantage. But if it doesn't end here and you go here, you might be in a lot of trouble. But we'll see where people go. We'll see where the circle goes, and we'll see how this goes. This map is a lot smaller, so you don't really need vehicles unless you're in the far edge. So you don't need vehicles to move. You can just easily run across. But it's also very merciless in a way that it's hard for you to spot your enemies. You might get third party. Somebody might shoot you in the back. Somebody might be there all the time and peeking over your shoulder and making your life difficult. Or if you take a shot, you never know who's behind you. Especially in public games or competitive games, it's very hard. And it's a circle. It's a circle right in the middle. So I don't think anybody. Mr. Muppet might go here. He's done some outlandish side of the circle actions, but because there's only one route over the land that you can do here, so we'll see. Also, a big difference is that in here you can basically jump. If you jump from the airplane route, you can land almost anywhere on the island, or you can practically land anywhere on the island, while in the bigger maps is impossible. You need a vehicle if you want to go to the sides. Well, we'll see how the guys handle this. I think everybody's going to the circle. Jinton guys, I now know how to pronounce his name. I was just being stupid and assuming it's some sort of weird name, but it was just 2 English words put together. Desha and Finpara going to the quarry area. Mr. 47 going to the little buildings next to it. Sola and Jintonic guys heading right next to Mr. 47. Okay, and there's going to be a fight here. Mr. Muppet is going. He's placed 3rd in the previous round. A very tight round. He was basically denied victory when or denied the chance of victory when Gin Tonic Ice shot him in the back and gave the round advantage to Mr. 47. He's in the same camp as Judge Shiffy and Vaporizer, who are currently sitting in the 2nd spot, but he is not really worried. Vaporizer here taking some shots with the M16 assault rifle. In this game, the M16 can only fire single or burst shots, so it's not a automatic weapon. And it's, in my personal opinion, it's a piece of garbage. But if it shoots bullets, it can do damage. So Vaporizer is trying to find out where Mr. Muppet went. Mr. Muppet is still inside that little hole, but he has, as you can see, Vaporizer has no angle to him. And Mr. Muppet is a very experienced player like Mr. 47 said in the interview. He has now a Tommy gun with a big clip. He's playing a little bit more special loadouts. He's trying to find a crossbow, I think. Victory has jumped on the next island, but that's probably because he knows that there's nobody else here. Finpara and Desha actually stretch their jump outside the circle, and they're looting there in peace. There's nobody going to challenge them. Nobody wants to go out of the circle at this point. The circle is going to be hitting the blue zone is going to be hitting the circle in about 3 minutes. And what's special about these tournaments, or this duo tournament, is that nobody actually has stayed in the blue zone really. So that's different from normal games. In normal games, there's a lot of people in the blue zone still, especially in Sandhawk when it hits. A lot of people in the blue zone. But Desha and Finpara, if they don't start moving, they will be in the blue zone. The first blue zone doesn't do a lot of damage, so it's still perfectly fine. But I think that Gin Tonic Ice and Sola and Mr. Muppet are headed to the same compound. Gin Tonic Ice 2 M4s. And let's see what Sola is wearing. An ump and a vector. So the other one has 2 assault rifles. The other one has 2 SMGs. But Sola has only 1 clip to the UMP. I don't know how much ammo he has for the vector. The vector is by far the most powerful SMG. Very fast fire speed and does a lot of damage. Gin Tonic Ice takes a little damage from Mr. Muppet, who was peeking here, but he quickly falls back. He only has the Tommy gun. He ditched his... No, he has it. It was just buggy for some reason. Didn't show. He has the QBU, which is a designated marksman rifle, but only a 2x scope. So he doesn't want to stay up in the hill and challenge. He wants to go get some more medication for perhaps, or more grenades. Doesn't want to endanger his position. He was making some nice points in the previous round, so we'll see how it goes for him. And he is in the, I think he was in the, let's take a quick look. He was in the 4th position right after Master and Apprentice. So Gin Tonic Ice and Sola with 2 kills in the first map, and then 3 points from positioning. Last maps they have 5 points, while Mr. Muppet also has 5 points. But his best finish is lower, and his worst finish is lower, so he's lower in the scoreboards. But I'm not sure how we're gonna settle. And he's lower in damage, but I'm not sure how we're gonna settle. If we see that Mr. Muppet takes the shotgun, the double barrel pump action shotgun, which is there's lots of bullets in the clip, and you can fire relatively fast. You can fire 2 bullets, and then you have to do the pump action reload. It has 14 bullets in the pipes, so you don't have to reload before that. But it's only extremely close by, and it doesn't do that high of a damage, especially if you have armor. So we'll see if that pays off for him. Mr. 47 here in the halls, and Finpara and Desha are now closing in the quarry area. It is 2 pits that have little cliffs in them, and there's lots of loot over there, but it's also very much in the open, and it's not easy to get out. So I don't think that they want to push in. Desha has an AK-47, and Finpara has a Vector and a QBU. This is like the perfect combination, or a QBU and a car 98K sniper rifle. This is like a perfect combination for this map. The Vector does so much damage so fast, but it is not the easiest gun to control, so you have to have attachments or good recoil control skills. We'll see if Finpara can master that. He and Desha are now pushing there. Desha taking a 4x scope. There's a big clip there too, but I'm not sure that she already have one. And the next area goes north. So the Hitnoman and Soken Zippe are right in the middle, as is Mr. Muppet. Victory 1983, and his teammate Severin Extra are rotating from the shoreline. They're staying here behind they're checking that nobody's behind them, and they're moving very carefully and very strategically on the shoreline. There's a little bit of an edge here, so if you take a look at here, you cannot see here from except from top of the hill you can see, but otherwise this is a very well covered place and there's lots of cover available. Mr. 47 has found the Shah, taken her down, but she's not out yet, and Finpara is there, but Finpara is on the other side. The Shah is there behind the tree. Finpara passed the building, and the Shah is just biding her time. Mr. 47 knows that there is a teammate because she didn't die straight off, and of course he knows who the teammate is. But he doesn't know where the teammate is. Trying to spot now, secure the kill, and there he goes, headshot. The Shah is down, and that is one more point for him, and that is one more point for the others to catch up to. Of course, Finpara now either tries to take Mr. 47 down, he knows where he is, or tries to go to the zone and save his life and get some more points, but he's going to be spotted by Mr. 47. Or not. Okay. Like I said, in the stream, it's a lot easier to spot when you're the one talking and you know where they are. You know where to look. That's the big difference. You know where to look. There he was again on the right side. You could see him, but Mr. 47, he doesn't spot the guy rotating yet. Finpara has spotted probably Mr. 47. So let's take his angle on it. Nope. He's running straight to Mr. Muppet. And him and Mr. 47 are gonna be meeting maybe soon. Mr. 47 now doesn't have an angle on Finpara anymore. The trees are covering him. And Mr. Muppet has found a M249 machine gun. But is also moving away from Finpara and doesn't want to challenge people for no reason. Mr. 47 is still expecting Finpara to be in his back, and that has played to Finpara's advantage because now Mr. 47 is not sure of the position. Of course, Finpara doesn't seem to be sure of anybody's position either, and he's spinning like a dreidel at the moment. Let's quickly take the name list over here. There we go. So Finpara, Jari Ruotsalainen, and the Shah, both the teammates, are ex-Procemex employees, and everybody is either a current or an ex-employee. So let's make that clear as well. I was talking about that before the games, but we are now going through it. There's a drop coming right between Mr. 47 and Finpara, but the circle has jumped way in the north near boot camp. So Sokem Sipe and Hitnoman don't have to move. Vaporizer and Chelsea don't have to move really. Everybody else has to go, and Mr. 47 has the longest way, and he has to push to the circle. So unless he wants to rotate, there's this little lake here, or a pond. It's not deep. It's like a rice field or something here, but it's very open. There's not a lot of cover. So if you want to cross this, and it's downhill, so you already, if you shot downhill, there's nowhere to go. You have to hide behind a tree and pray that nobody will land their shots. Mr. Muppet already pretty close to the area, and he's pushing to the side of Nitnoman and Soken Sipe, closing in on the compound. We are now in phase 3 is ending or starting to move in very soon, and that means that damage done will be increasing by huge margins. Soken Sipe and Hitnoman are hiding in this house on the other end. Hitnoman is holding this angle, and Soken Sipe is holding this angle, has a vector with a candid sight on the side. They are making no sounds at all, and sound is very important in this game. You can hear when if you raise your weapon, or if you walk at all, if you use heals, if you do stuff, if you jump, if you reload, everything like that will be a noise. But they're not making any noise, and Mr. Muppet is in the same compound. He's making a lot of noise, but he's still far away, still far enough so that they can't hear it. Finpara and Mr. 47 are there, but let's see if we can get the first or the second fight of the game here, when Young and Restless will be meeting the team number 2, Master and Apprentice, Sola and Gin Tonic Ice. I'm not sure which one is the master. Työntekijöiden Petri Karhula is no longer working for Procemex, but maybe he was the master of Sola, or maybe Sola is Työntekijöiden's master in this game. I'm not sure. I need to ask about that. That's interesting. I need to know. People have the right to know. Finpara has spotted Mr. Muppet, but he is not in a good position. The circle is coming from behind him. And if he fires out in the open, he might be at a disadvantage. But now, he goes too much behind the tree. Doesn't want to open fire yet. He just wants to get into cover. He bolts into the building. He's moving very slowly. The faster you move, the more noise you make also in this game. So that's also one thing. He's taking some boost items. Mr. 47 has also made it to the circle. He has an AUG that he picked up from a crate, level 3 armor, and an SKS, designated marksman rifle. The circle goes near the boot camp. Mr. 47 is taking already active. He's actively checking that nobody's coming from behind him. There might be still people in the blue zone. And now we are getting some shots out. Who was that? I don't know. Maybe it was here, Sola. Or maybe it was 7X. I'm not sure who was firing that shot. You can see the shots firing from here as white lines if they're firing and trying to spot the best place for Axe and Finpara coming here. But Sokensipe and Hitnoman are still in that building. They've been sitting there so much. I'm not sure do their legs work anymore. They're just crouching here in the building. Smoke 'em all is not. Maybe they're referring to the smoke grenades. Finpara and Mr. 47 might still be meeting up in the end of the game, because Mr. 47 has gone to the buildings right in the middle of the area, and Finpara is close by in the rice fields, boosting up, and I think that he might be pushing straight towards Mr. 47. We'll see. Mr. Muppet coming down from the hills, checking every angle. He is, like I said, he's a very experienced player, and he's playing with a shotgun for, I don't know, maybe for tickles and giggles or something like that. I'm not going to use coarse language here. You can't catch me like that. But he has thrown a smoke there to throw people off his track, maybe. And Mr. 47 here checking angles. Gin Tonic Ice and Sola have taken this building in the boot camp area. Salsifi and Vaporizer still in the center building, has lots of loot. Mr. Muppet in the area on the hills next to the boot camp. He's a little bit downhill, but he has lots of cover available, so he can move and he can rotate behind the hill and still hide from everybody else. So here's a good spot. Mr. 47, very central spot, building that doesn't have lots of cover next to it, so people pushing him are going to be a lot in the open, and has lots of windows to each direction, which is it can be a two-bladed sword in a way that you can see everywhere, you can see it in every direction, but so everybody else can see you from every direction. You might be shot in the back. Now he spots Mr. Muppet, takes a shot, hits him, 24 damage down, but Mr. Muppet right next to a big rock manages to take cover, doesn't take too much damage, 24, but now Mr. 47 has given his position away. Finpara here with the Vector, considering his options. Hitnoman and Suck and Zipper are then taking damage from the zone, and they're just healing up here. I don't know, I think that their strategy was to wait for people to fall off. Oh, the zone is making a noise now. I didn't notice that. I haven't been playing PUBG for a while. So they were standing outside of the circle waiting for people to drop, but only the Shah has fallen so far, and everybody else is still pretty much in the game, so their strategy didn't work. Mr. Muppet is now in the halls right north of Victory and 7 Extra, and Sola is opening fire with the Tommy gun again towards Victory and 7 Extra, but no dice. Mr. 47 has come out of the house, and Finpara has gone in the house. Finpara taking some damage, but he's on the little house on the other side of the house that Mr. 47 was hiding before, and Mr. 47, 1 kill to his name, but still Sibet takes a headshot from him. Shooting targets moving sideways is not easy. Mr. Muppet kills himself with a grenade. Okay. The darn happened there? I think was trying to throw a grenade. Yeah. Hit no man. Spots him dead there and wonders what the hell happened here. I think he was trying to grenade. Grenade Victory here. Who's hiding right. Oh, my mouse is falling asleep. Oh, there we go. Vaporizer opens fire on Sola. Takes him down. Gin Tonic Ice is there, very close by, and can go and help his teammate if he dares. He's now spotted. Vaporizer knows where Gin Tonic Ice is, and will he grenade it? Where is he throwing the flashbang? I don't know. Maybe just to make noise. Will Gin Tonic Ice be in time? Takes 10 seconds to take your buddy up. He was in time, but I'm not sure. Sola doesn't know that the Vaporizer is already upstairs. And Jealousy and Vaporizer. Jealousy takes down Gin Tonic Ice from behind in the stairs, and they fall to them again, if I'm not mistaken. Fimpara still in the house. Hit No Man is hiding right next to Severi next to Victory. We'll see how that plays out. His teammate was dropped by Mr. 47, who has now 3 kills, and he is. There's 2 teams out, Mr. Muppet and Gin Tonic Ice. So, but he is not still. He still needs one more team to fall for him to get points, and he hears the other players moving around him. They have no idea that he's there. They're looking. I'm not sure. Victory is probably looking at like, oh, look at the clear weather here. If Hit No Man was to sneak out and shoot them in the butt, he would secure. But he has to move now. He has to go. Now they hear him. He should have just gone out and shoot him in the back. But and Severin extra with the Tommy gun takes him down. He was holding the angle. And now the issue is that he didn't get any points for his team. He did manage to bring Severin extra pretty low health. He's healing over there. Victor is there just outside. Vaporizer and Salisbury has pushed there. Vimpara still out. He's really outside the circle. He has to move. He can find cover on that rock maybe. He's trying to hit Victory, but Victory hits him for 87 points, so that's a headshot. Vimpara here suffering. Severin extra doing what he can. And now Mr. 47 from the sidelines again. Here he spotted Finnpara moving and takes down the team. He already took the shot down earlier as the first kill of the round, and now takes Finnpara down and secures himself even more points. He now has 3 kills from the 3 points from the kills and at least 2 points. And he blew up the flashbang his own hand. Okay. And now these guys know where he is. They know that he's outside. And Jealousy and Vaporizer, they're the second team. They're now a little bit behind. They have 2 kills, so that makes them 1 point behind more. And Mr. 47 was 3 points ahead, so they're 4 points behind. They have to get him down. They have to get him down now, so that he doesn't take any more points from the positioning. That nade doesn't go anywhere. This one does. He has a lot of them, apparently. But it doesn't do any damage. Jealousy and Vaporizer, they're inside, they're taking some damage. Maybe the grenade did hit after all. But there's nothing. Rugged Rangers here, Victory, Severin extra. They're holding outside angles. Jealousy and Vaporizer are on the inside. Mr. 47 probably smoked through that smoke. And the circle is centered here. So this favors Victory and Severin Extra. They are now fighting Mr. 47. Now Vaporizer pushes from the side. Severin Extra takes him down. Finishes him off. But Salasophy takes the other guy down. And now it's 1 against 1. Come on. Work controls. Work. He's there. Mr. 47 knows where he is. Knows where he is and takes the win. Oh, the agony. Vaporizer pushed past the one player from Rugged Ranger. He pushed past Severin Extra to kill Victory, but Victory managed to take him down. Salasophy fights with him, stays and heals, and in the meantime, Mr. 47, 4 kills to his name and 5 kills for the win, is now up to 23 points and a clear lead. Vaporizer and Salasophy do manage to secure 7 points, but it's gonna be a very, very tight last round. I'm gonna guarantee that, because it's not easy to catch up so much. So again, a lot of points for Mr. 47, and we'll soon go to the last map. We have one more video to show you guys, and then we're gonna be going to the last map, and after that, final scoring, a little bit of talk about Kanaliiga, and then it's good night to everybody. But now, don't go anywhere yet. No niin.
No niin.
Täältä saapuu haastatteluun sitten Severin Extra ja Victory 1983. Tervetuloa, ja te tuossa olitte loppukähinöissä mukana ja se meni vähän sinne päin, mutta sitten niin kuin jäitte semmoiseen vähän pahaan saumaan. Ja tuossa oli Mr. Muppettikin kävi lähellä ja siellä oli myös Hitnomani siellä ihan kulmilla, mutta pääsitte ihan loppuun asti, mutta sitten ei ihan kantanut loppuun.
Joo, me luultiin sitä Hitnomania, että siellä on joku pro, että se osaa kiivetä sinne katolle, mutta se olikin sen kontin löytänyt siitä. Ja no Severi sai se onneksi siihen tiputettua.
Joo, askeleet paljasti, että ilman, jos olisi tullut hiljempaa, niin olisi kyllä päässyt selkään telottaa meidät molemmat. Mutta semmoisella kolinalla tuli sieltä, että päätin jäädä katteleen, että kyllä sieltä joku varmaan vielä tulee.
Joo, se oli niinku tommonen ihan lennokas esilähtö, että siinä vähän liian varovasti ehkä vedettiin. Ja teille sitten kävi taas sillä mielessä sitten lopussa kylmät, että jäitte sitten ton Chalicifin ja Vaporizer ja sitten Herra 47 väliin siihen tavallaan, että oliko se niin, että Severistä juostiin ohi, mutta sitten että Victorille tultiin selkään.
Näin siinä kävi, ja nyt tietää sitten, että jahataan punatakkista kaveria toi viimeinen peli pelkästään.
Joo, siellä on Herra 47 nyt 5 pisteen johdossa, ja sitten kakkostiimi on tosiaan 5 pisteen päässä, ja te olette kolmantena, mutta teillä on sitten niinku 6 pistettä, että teillä on semmoinen 17 pojoa kiinni otettavaa. Niin.
Ei ole paha meille.
ei paha.
Siinähän saa niinku, ei tarvitse...
Ihan rutiinisuorituksella menee kyllä.
Niin, kyllä se menee ihan sinne päin. Jos ei nyt sitten tietysti muuta, niin ainakin teillä on niinku kohtalaisen hyvä chanssi päästä Young and the Recklessista ohi, jos vedätte vaan niinku kaikki sileiksi.
No joo, aina on meidän edellä.
Joo,
sitten täytyy ruveta panostaa, ei tässä auta muuta.
Joo, ja sitten tietysti ihan teidän kannoilla on 3 tiimiä. Teillä on 6 pistettä ja seuraavalla tiimillä on 5 pistettä kaikilla. Siinä on Master and Apprentice, Beauty and the Beast ja Mr. USA. Niin kyllähän toi Mr. USA nyt pitää ainakin voittaa.
No, se on ihan selvä.
Kyllä. Ja ei tässä sen kummempia. Mikä teidän strategia weekendissä? Sehän on sitten vähän niin kuin tommoinen niin kuin yhdistelmä Sunhawkia ja näitä muita, että se on vähän isompi, mutta sitten siinä on noita maaston muotoja hirveästi ja paljon suojaa ja mahdollisuus semmoisille kolmannen osapuolen tappelulle tulla selkään, niin mikä teidän strategia on tässä?
Tomikan käteen ja taas eteenpäin. Sillä ne kaikki tapot on tähänkin asti tullut.
Ei tämmöinen niin kuin mafia-iskutyyppinen.
Kyllä, mafiana mennään. Jos vielä saadaan drive-by, niin aina parempi.
Hyvä, sillä lähdetään. Onnea siihen mappiin ja toivotaan, että tuottaa tämä mafia-taktiikka tulosta.
Hyvä, kiitos.
Kiitoksia. Okay, there was the third team, Rugged Managers, Victory 1983 and Severin Extra. They have 6 points when the leader, Mr. 47 from OnePlatform team, has 23. The next team, Young and the Reckless, Vaporizer and Chalicify, have 18 points. So the top 2 are pretty much settled unless Rugged Managers manages to kill everybody on the server and win. But the third spot is open. Third spot is theirs at the moment with 6 points, but there's 3 teams in 5 points, and even Smoky Mall, Hitnoman, Sokken Zipe, they have 2 points. So even one win and one loss can tilt the whole end of the tournament. So the 2 first teams are pretty settled. They can still switch places. Yes, we don't know who's going to win, but we know that which teams are very unlikely to win. So as we talk about that, let's head into the game very soon. I'll have a very short break and we'll look at some Chicken League or kanaliiga advertisement, and we'll be right back after these words from our sponsors, or well, at least the corporate esports league that works with voluntary people like myself. So you're welcome to join us if you feel like you can contribute in any fashion, and there are surprising ways to contribute. You don't have to be a server manager or a top player to be valuable. I'll be back after these short words. Okay, it looks like we have a little bit of a server problem or something. I'm not sure what happened. And I will check. Might be that there's a restart. Oh, it's a remake. Okay. Let's try again. Oh, the server accidentally went to CA, which is the Oceanic Southeast Asia. So the ping was between 200 and 300. Mr. Muppet. Muppet would have been happy with that. But I'm sure that the others wouldn't have been. All right. There we go. Ready to rumble. Are you? Because I am. I'll put another video just very shortly, and as soon as we get to the warm-up part, we'll head back to the game. Just a moment.
Procemex, your eyes in the production. You have an efficient production line, but underneath, you know you could do even better. The road to better results begins with identifying the root causes behind insufficient performance. Procemex has led the machine vision business in pulp, paper, and printing since 2000. Our machine vision solutions solve runnability problems and increase quality and productivity. Procemex's organization includes paper mill and printing house specialists. We have strong paper-making know-how to advance your operation. Procemex is a 100% vision company. We focus on machine vision. Actually, we don't do anything else. We deliver only professional quality, and we develop, engineer, and manufacture the cameras to meet the high demands of your quality. That's why we can guarantee superior performance with resolution and light sensitivity, also in demanding circumstances. The cornerstone of our operations is close partnership with our customers. We are dedicated to delivering functional solutions and practical on-site service. We are proud of our customers all over the world. However, you may ask, what do you get from this? What are the main advantages of smart camera systems? With our web monitoring system, you can see clearly what is happening in your production process, also in demanding circumstances. With our web inspection system, you can identify and understand the root causes of possible paper defects, web breaks, or downtime. Compared to our competitors' products, Procemex systems are integrated. We offer intelligent solutions that truly communicate with each other. One more advantage, their uncomplicated functionality creates extreme reliability.
Alrighty then, welcome back. We are here in the lovely winter scene of Weekendy. As you can see, the weather is sunny, and the area around the cement factory has people running around. Severex down there and Victory doing some trick jumping on the bars, and now going below. And this map is hybrid between the previous maps. That the first two were 8 by 8 kilometers, and the previous map that was 4 by 4 kilometers. This is 6 by 6. There's a lot of water on the outer edges, and then there's lots of hills. There's also lots of open ground because it's a wintry, a bit rough scene. And the cars, and there's also snowmobiles, they behave a little bit differently. The snow is very slippery, so it might be hard to drive. But this map is very suitable for sniper rifles, very suitable for DMRs, and there are some places like near here where there's lots of rocks, or in the cities where you can use SMGs and assault rifles efficiently. But the sniper rifles are the key element in this map. And the circle pops to the north, and we have some mountains here. We have the Cosmodrome, which is a space center of sorts, as you can see here, and it's very well crafted, very nice looking area. The jumps are almost everybody is gonna go to the western side. Nobody goes to the Cosmodrome. There's that frozen river, but you can cross it very easily and relatively safely. Mr. Muppet is again going to near where Jealousy and Vaporizer are. Severin External and Victory are going to go to Krishas. Mr. 47 is going to go near Coal Mine with Sola and Gin Tonic Guys. Deshaw and Finpara are going to go to the port. So Zaboa is probably where it's going to happen. Suck and Zippe and Hitnoman are going to be hitting the Padvosto area, which is usually very crowded, but in here, it's a quiet ghost town where you can loot as much as you want. Let's see what the situation is here. Mr. Muppet surely knows. He must know that the others are very close by. So he will be taking stuff off the ground and checking out. And level 3 armor, by the way, before I said level 3 armor doesn't spawn in the wild, it does. Level 3 helmets do not, except on this map. Here you can find level 3 helmets as well. Oh, the SLR. Now Mr. Muppet is talking a Uzi, a micro Uzi, and a SLR. That's a very powerful combination indeed. And he is smiling. If you could see his expression. Let's see if we can catch it here. Him and those mustaches. Yeah, those are smiling. Those are the smiling mustaches, clearly. Vaporizer is nearby with Jealousy. I'm sure just do they know that somebody came in close. He is checking his gun. He has the M16 again with car, sniper rifle. And as you can see from the map side view, he knows that Mr. Muppet is close by, but Mr. Muppet takes a car and skedoodles out of there. That might be a smart move. He's looking for kills. I'm not sure did he know that the other guys are in the same town as he is. Water from coffee drained mug. That's refreshing. He is gonna go on the hill. You can turn off the car and it makes less noise. You can basically roll with it. He has the M24 sniper rifle, which is very powerful. You can one-shot somebody if you hit them in the head, if they don't have a level 3 helmet. He knows, he clearly knows that the other guys were in the same town as he is. He has also the barrel, which is the fastest. I think it's if you shoot people in the arms and the legs, it's the most powerful assault rifle in the game, but it's also the hardest to control. But Mr. Muppet is not a starting player. He's very experienced, so he surely knows how to hit a lead. He goes into a ladder and skedoodles out of there. Straight to this little area here, and Mr. 47 is just waiting for him maybe. He's still outside. He threw a spike trap there, which will break the car's tires if he hits it, but it's very unlikely in this place. I think he just used it for the giggles. Mr. Muppet is gonna go loot this compound, and it's very peaceful here. Nothing much happening. It's still pretty much waiting for positioning Mr. Muppet with the barrel and the M24, Mr. 47 car and M4 416. It's really an HK 416, but anyways. And NATO assault rifle. Mr. Muppet is very close by, but the hill is so steep so that they have no line of sight to each other. If Mr. 47 decides to push, he might surprise Mr. Muppet, but he has no idea where he is. So it's dangerous to push out in the open because there's literally no cover on the hillside. It's just little trees. You can hide behind them, but if you're stuck there, the other person holds the angle. It's not a good spot. Everybody's still holding pretty much. Everybody else holding sticking to their guns. Desha and Finpara at the port. Zabova holds the team on the second spot at the moment. Vaporizer and Celsifi. Mr. 47 on the first spot is now almost in the middle with Mr. Muppet. Sola and Jindone guys are near coal mine. Severin Extra and Victory, who were placed third in the last map and are fighting for the third spot. Now Mr. Muppet is gonna push straight to Mr. 47. As he spots them, but Mr. 47 doesn't manage to. Mr. 47 doesn't manage to land his shots there, and Mr. Muppet manages to hide. Mr. Muppet playing with the crossbow as well. Knows where Mr. 47 is. We'll take his angle. Mr. 47 here. Here's Mr. Muppet going into the car. He's baiting him. Doesn't land a shot to him. He surely hit the car. Car is toast. But he is now so far away. Mr. 47 maybe would be able to blow it up. But Mr. Muppet makes it to safety. Near the coal mine area, where Sola and Jintonek Ice just left. Mr. 47 doesn't want to pursue, doesn't want to lose his chance to win, because if he falls first, he gives too much of an advantage to Chalchifi and Vaporizer to take the win. He is now still in the middle of the circle, and he is organizing this tournament for Procemex. So bad tongues might sing that he has put these circles so that he knows where to end up in, but that's very unlikely and not even possible. So everybody who has lots of experience with the game can deduct where the circles will go from one point or another. Hitnoman and Sokensipe far away from the circle. The circle is soon starting to move. Mr. Muppet blew up his car, and the reason for that is that he wants to blow it up now himself so he can control where it blows up, so that if he's moving close to it and somebody shoots at it, it won't blow up in his face. He's gonna go get some extra meds, get a bigger backpack. He has switched the barrel to an AK, easier to control. He hasn't reloaded it in ages, so he just has 14 bullets in the clip. But you do a lot with 14 bullets. The Shah and Finpara might be making contact with Chalsifi and Vaporizer soon, but actually the contact comes from Mr. 47, who spots Mr. Muppet rotating out in the open. But Mr. Muppet knows the angles, and he manages to stow himself away behind a rock. Just makes way away from the firing line. And Mr. 47 then is gonna go look for some more items that he might be needing. He might need some more health or maybe some more grenades. But what he doesn't know is that quite close to him. Sola and Gin Tonic Ice are making their way in. Gin Tonic Ice with AK-47 and a M16 A4. Looks at the part. Does it suit something? Yes, it does fit your M16, but does he know it? Or does he already have one? I don't know. Sola, crossbow and an MP5. The MP5 is arguably the best SMG here. It doesn't do as much damage as the Vector because it's slower fire rate, but it holds a bigger clip and it's much easier to shoot. Victory and Jealousy, Vaporizer and Jealousy are coming from the north now into the area. The Shah and Finbara are already in these compounds. Victory and Severin Extra over there. Mr. Muppet has gone a long way south. Hitnoman is here with his teammate. Where is his teammate? Oh, he's over here. I have no idea what's happened here. This is a complete mystery to me. They are, of course, they were far away from the circle, and the next circle will start moving soon. And every time the circle stops and waits for it to move, the damage increases. So he's probably looking for just to get in the circle. But Sokensipe is quite late. He has first aid, so he will make it to the circle. But the next circle is still far away, and this is just open field. This like little trees, but not a lot of cover. Hitnoman will be going to the city where Mr. Muppet is. He will have cover. So let's see if Mr. 47 here will meet with Sola and Gin Tonic Ice. Let's take Sola's angle on it so far. He will be the first one to spot Mr. 47 if he does. But does it look that way? He has a 6x scope on the crossbow. So he has the advantage because it's absolutely silent until very close by. He saw something. He saw Mr. 47. He saw the red jacket. He saw him. And Gin Tonic Ice opens fire. Doesn't land the shot. Mr. 47 makes it into the cover. Fimpara and the Shah are in the compound of the fields. Sola wanted to take his head off with the crossbow, but doesn't manage to land the shots. And neither just Gin Tonic Ice. So Mr. 47 is there. That he knows that there's somebody shooting at him, but he doesn't know necessarily that there's two people because he doesn't hear the crossbow shots. But if he did hear the crossbow, that missed. No damage done. Okay, now Sola knows that he has a Kar 98. They are going to be pushing. Sola trying to use the crossbow. Master and Apprentice pushing here. The Shah is going to meet, and Finpara are going to meet Chalifi and Vaporizer maybe soon. But here, this battle is waiting to happen. Mr. 47 making a flank, going to rotate around. He heard the crossbow bullet hit, but he does not have no idea where it came from. Sola was complaining that there's not enough bolts, so he has something right next to him. But he's very concentrated on where Mr. 47 is, but Mr. 47 is not even there anymore. He's gone to the next compound where Sokensipe is actually waiting. And he is sitting there in the corner, just biding his time. Let's see if Mr. 47 pushes him. Nope, Sokensipe pushed him. I'm not sure did he hear or see him. Probably not. And now Sokem is history. Mr. 47 takes one more point. Meanwhile, Vaporizer taking down Finpara. Finishes him off with the Mini 14. Take some hits are coming from the hill from Severin Extra and Victory. The Shah close by in the bush. Spotted movement. Maybe. That is blind fire, but it hits. It's very close. And an aid. Oh, her days were numbered. The heal doesn't come instantaneously. It slowly it comes up in a few seconds. And Mr. Muppet here fighting with Mr. 47. Mr. Muppet with the ping disadvantage. Mr. 47 already with 1 kill in this round. Basically securing his position. He might get even just 1 point is enough for him. Basically, if the well, it depends. If the other team, if Vaporizer and Chalice, if you take more kills and take the first spot, and Mr. 47 doesn't get any more points, he threw out his pan. You can knock somebody out with that if you hit a headshot. Nade goes in, but Mr. 47 is already in the next building. They are looking at the same direction basically, but they don't know where they are. Mr. 47 knows Mr. Muppet was last seen there. He spots him. Me, my Vaporizer and Chalice, if he take down Gin Tonic Ice, he was probably hiding in his house. And now Sola is left there from that team. Master and the Apprentice. I think that the Apprentice was the one who fell down this time. We have to remember Gin Tonic Ice's excellent snake play that costed Mr. Muppet probably the win. And now Mr. 47 very close to the edge. Mr. Muppet, does he know? He does. He spotted him, but he doesn't. And Mr. 47 nails him in the back of the head. Oh dear. Mr. Muppet saw his jacket. It was the red jacket, but he just was assuming where he was and didn't actually spot it, and that cost his life. And that means that Mr. 47 has 2 kills. He's already on the 5th position, so he's now the next position will get him some points, and that will seal the deal for Teleciphy and Vaporizer. They cannot then win anymore if that happens, so they have to start making kills. They have to take down Sola, and they have to take down Mr. 47 as soon as possible. Hit No Man is still here, but he takes down Victory with the car. Nice headshot. Vaporizer fighting with Sola. Doesn't land the shot. Now he does. The mini 1 shot landed. Wasn't a headshot because only 31 damage. Hit No Man trying to get in. But Mr. 47 Mr. 47 takes him down. The angle was making it hard for him to aim, and he doesn't manage to hold his aim in the same spot. He looks down too much, and then when he raises his aim, he's already too late. Mr. 47 holds down the angle. Vaporizer and Chalice are pushing Sola. Sola still going for the crossbows, but Vaporizer here doesn't give any chance. Sola does hit him, but doesn't hit him in the head, and that costs him his life and the position. And Mr. 47 now on the 3rd spot, so that gives him 2 more points, and that basically gives him the game. Teleciphy and Vaporizer can get a maximum 3 more points from kills and 5 from a score, so that's 8 more. So they can get 12 points, and Mr. 47 has at least secured 5 points, and he is already I think he was like quite a lot ahead. So he's now taking the crossbow from Mr. Muppet, trying to get it to work, but he doesn't nail the shots with the 4x sight. There's a drop right next to him, so he's going for that. But Vaporizer and Teleciphy have heard the shots from Victory. They are in the zone, while they are not. They can come here. There's a little bit of a hillside here, so Teleciphy and Vaporizer cannot see, for example, Victory. But Mr. 47 was spotted. by Severin Extra. Nails a few shots. Has level 3 armor now. And a ghillie suit, but it's the grass ghillie suit, so it's not... Doesn't really blend in with the snow. Vaporizer there, but doesn't know that Mr. 47 is here. And Mr. 47 misses. He holds the crossbow a little bit in a slight angle. And now Mr. 47's days are numbered when Vaporizer does finally spot him. Also spots Severin Extra here. Takes him down. There we go. A little bit of a bad spectating there, but because my finger slipped. Finishing him off with the G36C Heckler and Koch assault rifle. And now it's 1 against 2. These guys have now secured at least 9 points. But it's not going to be enough for a win. Mr. 47, 5 points from this game. And the absolute domination. Absolute domination in this tournament. He was playing solo. Mr. Muppet was playing with high ping, and he was also doing crossbow plays as well as solo. But no excuses. He simply took them down. Victory here. His spot was known. Severin Extra, who already was knocked out. And now Victor's position was not known, but he's taken some heavy damage earlier. His helmet is almost destroyed, so he has to avoid headshots and try to, if he has to take shots, he has to hope that they go to the extremities, so arms, legs, or body. So he doesn't nail the shots to Jealousy, who manages to hide behind the tree. Vaporizer knows where he is, but all the shots go to the tree. He runs straight to the nade. Oof. That's it. And he's spotted from the smoke. Young and the Restless take another victory. 7 kills for them. 5 points, so 12 points for them. But I don't think that that's enough. They will go to 30 points. But Mr. 47, actually no, he got 5 points. They got 12 points, 7 kills. 7 kills, 12 points. That's 30 points for them. Mr. 47 goes up to 28. So Mr. 47 is knocked off from the top. If he would have gotten one more kill, and a better precision, he would have been victorious. But he didn't manage to land the final shots on Severin Extra, who managed to stay alive. And that means the Severin Extra and Victory 1983, who were fighting from the third spot, are going to achieve it, even though they don't get any kills. All the kills in the map go to either Mr. 47 or Vaporizer and Jealousy. Nobody else gets any kills. So that's a very special round. You don't see that. You don't see that every day, and you don't see that a lot. I'm going to be joining the voice channel soon, and just before that, we're going to get the final scores. We're going to look at the Chicken League advertisement video, and I'll be back very shortly. All right, and the score line is clear. We have a clear winner here. Young and the Reckless managed to squeeze past Mr. 47 with 12 points. They got the 7 kills, and then they got the 5 points from the win, and that secures the win for them. They got 30 points, 17 kills. Mr. 47, 28 points, 15 kills. Victory and Severin Extra managed to stay as third with their performance, getting the second place. They don't get any kills in the last round, but they got 9 points altogether, 4 kills in the tournament. Master and Apprentice, Sola and Gin Tonic Guys, 2 kills, 6 points, because they fall on the. They got 2 points from the. 1 point from the previous round, I think. No, 2 points. 2 points from the previous round. So they managed to climb all the way to the 4th. Beauty and the Beast and Mr. USA teams, the Shafin Para and then Mr. Muppet, both 5 points. Mr. Muppet also has 3 kills, and Beauty and the Beast doesn't have any kills, but they have a better finish, so I'm not sure how that will end up in. Smoke 'em All, Hit No Man, and Zokim Zibe, 2 points, no kills, and they are on the bottom, on the 7th place. They had some 3 unlucky rounds as well, and they were playing late circles, as you would in, for example, in official games with bigger teams and more teams, but in this case, it wasn't in their favor. So in this we end the stream and the games to these results. I was very happy to cast this, and I'm very happy to have so many viewers following this special duo tournament. If there's people from outside of Kanaliiga and outside of Procemex watching, please join us and Kanaliiga if you're interested in getting your company to play, because in these special times, you can't do a lot of activities with your colleagues, and this is, quite frankly, one of the best options you have to keep safe and keep your sanity where it should be in your head. So without further ado, I'm going to put in one more video from Procemex, and then we're going to be ending the stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I'll wish you a pleasant rest of the weekend and a nice springtime. Thank you, and good night.
Saadaan me varmaan 2 kuodiakin
Your eyes in the production.
Jää yli.
Jääkö yli?
You have an efficient production line, but underneath, you know you could do even better. The road to better results begins with identifying the root causes behind insufficient performance. Procemex has led the machine vision business in pulp, paper, and printing since 2000. Our machine vision solutions solve runnability problems and increase quality and productivity. Procemex's organization includes paper mill and printing house specialists. We have strong paper-making know-how to advance your operation. Procemex is a 100% vision company. We focus on machine vision. Actually, we don't do anything else. We deliver only professional quality, and we develop, engineer, and manufacture the cameras to meet the high demands of your quality. That's why we can guarantee superior performance with resolution and light sensitivity, also in demanding circumstances. The cornerstone of our operations is close partnership with our customers. We are dedicated to delivering functional solutions and practical on-site service. We are proud of our customers all over the world. However, you may ask, what do you get from this? What are the main advantages of smart camera systems? With our web monitoring system, you can see clearly what is happening in your production process, also in demanding circumstances. With our web inspection system, you can identify and understand the root causes of possible paper defects, web breaks, or downtime. Compared to our competitors' products, Procemex systems are integrated. We offer intelligent solutions that truly communicate with each other. One more advantage, their uncomplicated functionality creates extreme reliability. Our systems are easy to handle and maintain. They provide a very practical tool for finding out the root causes between web breaks. It's typical that our customers in both the paper and printing industries launch the use of our solutions on a small scale and then rapidly expand our partnership with additional web inspection and web monitoring solutions. Upgrading is easy, and payback usually comes in just a few days or weeks.
From the very first day, we were getting results. We were seeing defects from the system. They were saying that they were going from like 5 or 10 breaks a day down to like 1 now. That's a massive. You save masses of paper and time. In the last couple of months, we've been ramping up the production, and we would not have been able to do that if we didn't have an efficient web inspection system. So, I would say that the way that Procemex handles their projects is very, very professional.
Give wings to your production process. Procemex, great vision for great machines.